So ICANN has IP. It got its start when I worked at my previous company, Rackspace. We had just acquired a company called SliceHost that sold virtual private servers. And we were bringing some of their machines into our network so that we could deploy them in our data centers, and we were deploying in their data centers. And of course, when you're working in a hurry, sometimes you make mistakes, and sometimes the mistakes are in hardware or software or networking. We had a lot of issues where you couldn't tell if the networking had already been set up for you, or if the source NAT was correct, or anything. So I came up with an idea of saying, like, why don't we just put a site out there on the internet that you could just hit from wherever, and we could check and see if the IP on the outside is what we expect it to be. And so that's how ICANN has IP came around. And the name came from, if anyone remembers the ICANN has cheeseburger meme with the cute little cat that looked like he was in a photo booth somewhere. We thought it was hilarious. And so I just said, shoot, let's call it ICANNHasIP.com. And I didn't realize that a lot of people were going to have a lot of trouble spelling it. But eventually we got it right, and added it to a bunch of scripts that we use when we deploy to make sure that, like, when the machine came up and networking said, okay, here's your machine. We wanted to make sure that all of the, networking, not only the top of rack, but all the way out to the internet was set up correctly.
So I think you built this around 2009, and it sounds like it was primarily for you and your team to just help you do your job.
Right. So yeah, we just needed something that was super, super simple that you could throw into a script, or, even something as simple as a bash script and just reuse immediately. So no extra stuff, essentially just the IP address and a line feed. So you knew where to break, because we found that if you just put a null byte on the end of it, some HTTP clients would get upset with that. So we had to add a line feed. So I guess there's only one extra bit of information in there that got added on.
So what was the code? It could have been about anything that would return an external IP address. It's pretty easy to put that together, right?
Yeah. So originally, I had gotten really excited about Python at the time. And so I had written it with Flask, which is just a really easy way to either build some APIs or build a front-end website where you say, hey, look, here's a route. And if someone comes to this address, I want you to run this code and show them this template and out the door. So it was the world's smallest Flask application, probably. I think it was smaller than the Hello World that Flask offered on their website. But that's how I got started. Just a real simple Python app running. I think it was even running, with development mode turned on or whatever back at the time. So that's how it got its start.